Welcome to this episode of TCA Remote Learning. Remember, you can find more great resources at the TCA Remote Learning site. If you don't know that address, it is tca.org/remote learning. Uh, and of course, there's a hyphen between the remote and the word learning. But when you get there, you'll find lots of great resources and mini sessions that you can watch. So also note that there's a tools and resources section and blog entries that are relevant to remote learning. So definitely worth checking out. Today's topic on TCA Remote Learning is digital tools for photos and videos. I was chatting with a colleague the other day, and of course remotely, and what was kind of fun was to find out that she was curious about some of the different tools that I use to work with images and videos. Now, we're not talking about full-blown image and video editing, although that certainly could be a part of this. We're talking about those quick tools that you use to get a picture ready to share or to maybe get rid of some background information and things like that. So let me encourage you to check out these tools. You can go to ly.tca.org/DTPV and you'll be able to access all of the great resources. Now, I want to point out that I do have a copyright free media and tools collection that you can check out. And there's just a lot of great resources in this Wakelet collection for you. So if you need audio resources, video resources, image resources, as well as access to all of the web-based tools and editors and TCA blog entries, this Wakelet collection is for you to check out. And of course, if you haven't seen Wakelet, you can pretty much have it read to you everything that's here. So check it out. So let's jump right in with Orphan View. It is a simple yet powerful program. And you'd think that it would be really hard to figure out how to use, but I bet in about 10 minutes you would be doing quite a bit. In fact, I don't think I've ever scratched the surface of all of the things this program can do. And I'm happy to say you don't have to be a Photoshop expert to do it with. So let's take a quick look. I'm going to go ahead and minimize my browser window and open up an Orphan View window. And as you can see, Orphan View is pretty straightforward. There's not a lot to it. It's got some great options under File, Edit, Image. One of the neat things I remember was that it would allow me to connect to an old flatbed scanner. Orphan View can support anything that has Twain support for scanners, and you can just plug those right in and shouldn't be a problem. There's also a lot of image tools that you can use. You can see there's quite a bit here. Most of these tools don't sort of come into play until you have an image. So I'm going to just drop this image of these two people in here. We'll be playing with this picture a little bit throughout the day. And as you can see, I can make the picture a little bit bigger. I'm just zooming in really. And then decide what kind of editing. Let's say that I don't want their faces to show up. I can come over here to Image and drop down to Effects, and I have all of these effects that are available. Now, if you think that's a lot, you can actually go to the effects browser, and there are even more that you can take advantage of. So as you can see, this is set up right now to blur the entire picture. I wonder what happens if I want to blur the face of just one person. So I've sort of drawn a little outline around that person's face, and now I'm going to open up my effects browser. And what do you notice is that now I'm just blurring that particular person's face. So think about how this might be useful. Obviously, blurring kids' faces in a class photo would be fantastic, right? You'd be able to blur out the kids that allowed themselves to be displayed, leave the other ones intact. So it's just pretty amazing. And again, there's lots of different effects that you can check out here. My favorite two are for taking care of student identity or protecting identity is to use the fast Gaussian blur or pixelize, and it's very, hard to imagine. You've even got red eye reduction. You take a photograph and their eyes are bright red. You can go in and use the red eye reduction to take care of this. Green eye reduction, yellow eye reduction, sepia tones. there are just a lot of effects. You want to turn something into a 3D button? There you go. Again, you want to get that special twirl effect that you sometimes see? You can do that as well. That's pretty interesting. Vertical shift and horizontal shift. So there are a lot of possibilities that you can take advantage of there. So you can also come up here and uh, adjust the canvas size. Sometimes that's an issue. You can add a shadow, shapes, or rounded corners. So for example, if you wanted rounded corners, we now have a rounded corners image. Isn't that incredible? You didn't have to drop it into some other huge program. It did that, and it's got a nice little shadow here. So when we save that picture, we can save as, and let's just call it, I'm just going to call it rounded corners. And now I have this rounded corners picture with my special effects in there. If I want to crop out a picture, I can select something like, I can do that. Um, hang on. I can also come up here to cut area outside of selection, and you notice everything goes away except for the selection. And then I can also crop to the selection. These are really incredible tools to have in your tool belt, and I want to encourage you to take advantage of them. Another neat thing here is that you can actually turn your pictures into a slideshow. So if you had if you wanted to do a slideshow of pictures that were maybe in here, we could, let me see, I'm just going to add them all. We don't need to worry. Play the slideshow. And you can see what's happening here is I now have a slideshow of all the pictures in that folder. Isn't that incredible? So Orphan View is a really powerful program that you can take advantage of. And there's a lot more features that I didn't go into, but I think just a little bit of exploration and you'll be a pro in no time. Now, another fantastic tool that I like to use is called Lightshot, and this makes capturing pictures very easily. All I have to do is hit my print screen, and it will allow me to grab. And what I like about Lightshot, as you'll see in just a second, I'm going to come in here and select this area. It gives me these toolbars, and you might not be able to see them on the video, but you can see here that on the outskirts or the edge of the picture I've selected, I actually have some editing tools, and I can come in and type, and I can draw arrows. And so if you need to adjust things, you can also, and I can come in and circle stuff. So this makes it a very versatile editing tool that you can use. Lightshot is completely free and it works on Windows, Mac, and it has a Chrome browser extension, which means it works great on Chromebooks. So pretty phenomenal. Orphan View is great. It only works on Windows. Lightshot will allow you to do some of the things that Orphan View can do, but it works on all your different devices. When I'm done editing, I can either go print, copy, or save. I can save this picture to my desktop as a JPEG or PNG, and then I can drop that into Orphan View if I want to and play around with it. So think about how easy it is to work with pictures and adjust them. So let me come back down here to my effect sizes or my effects. And then I can, like I said, you can sort of see what this would look like. Not that that's going to be something that I would want to do with this particular picture, but there are just a lot of possibilities that I can do with this picture. So that's a way to combine those two wonderful programs and use them. But remember, Lightshot's great for standalone. Now, another awesome tool that looks kind of Windows 95-ish, is Pix Resizer. It's free, it's an oldie but goodie, and it lets you adjust pictures. Now, there are other tools that you can use to adjust pictures to, or pics that allow you to adjust the pixels so that you can get a particular size. But what usually this is used for is, let's say that you have somebody says, well, your picture can't be larger than, and they give you the dimensions, 200 by 150. Well, then you have to pretty much adjust it. But how do you do that? So Pix Resizer makes it easy. You can come in and type in the exact specifications, and it will take that picture and resize it for you. Um, and so let's actually take a quick look at that. So here's Pix Resizer, and I'm going to bring in my screenshot again. Oops, see, I can't drag and drop. I'm going to load that picture and just see, where is that picture? Okay, so there's my picture, and this time I want to resize it to 183 by 231 pixels. I'm going to go ahead and save that picture. I'm just going to call it version 2, and now I have a picture that, if I look at the properties for those pictures, oh, that didn't quite work the way I expected. Let's try it this way. So there's my original. It's 92 92K, and then this one is 92K as well, but instead it's a lot smaller. The picture, if I look at it, if I double click on it, it's actually going to pop in a little bit smaller than the original. As you can see, there is a significant difference in the size of the pictures. So Pix Resizer does an easy job, makes it an easy job of resizing your images and working with that. Now, one of the other tools that I like is the Fireshot Chrome extension. It makes capturing long web pages a cinch, and this is really handy, especially if you want to catch a blog post or something. So let me go to the TCEA blog. It's at blog.tcea.org, and I'm just going to pull the top article off this, which, oh, it's note-taking and outlining, 5 digital helpers. Let's say I want to share this with a friend. Well, an easy way to do that is to come up here to your Fireshot Chrome extension, Chrome add-on, which will work on Firefox as well as some of your other popular Chromium-based browsers. And I can capture the entire page, the visible part, or selection. I like to use selection because sometimes I don't want to get everything on the page. I want to cut out all that right sidebar. So I just scroll down and notice that it is capturing. I'm dragging and dropping, and I want to stop right there. And what Fireshot is doing right now is capturing that page, and in a moment it's going to open up a fresh tab with all the great information. And any second now it's going to do it. It's going to say captured successfully, and now here is my screenshot. Now I have the option of saving this as a picture, an image, or as a PDF document. So you have to decide which one's better for you to share. I think a PDF will work quite well. I'm going to save that on my desktop. Notice it gives it its own name, but you can change that in the settings. I'm also going to save it as an image, so that way we can compare the two and you can sort of see what this looks like. If I wanted to, I could right click on the picture itself and choose copy image. That means this entire page is going to end up as a picture. That can be pretty handy because I can take it over to Orphan View again and drop it in there, and you can see that's what the picture looks like. That's what that image file looks like. It is kind of hard to read, but you have to remember this is sort of like an infographic. What I could do is zoom in until it's readable, and then if I wanted to, I could slice this picture up into pieces. Let's take a look at what the PDF version looks like. See, there's a PDF document. And as you can see, I have a PDF document. What's kind of nice about the PDF document is that there will be page breaks in this so that when I go to print, it's going to split this up. But right now it looks like one continuous piece. So it provides a really nice formatted document that I can share with other people. So definitely check out Fireshot screenshot tool. You can It's a Chrome extension, so which means it works on Chromebooks, and that makes it a really popular tool. It The free version lets you save screenshots as images, PDF files, or copy images to clipboard. To be honest, I only use it for capturing long web pages, and most of the time I use Lightshot. Don't have to, but I like to use one tool for one job. And as you can see, there is a $30 one-time upgrade to Fireshot Pro. I've purchased it, and I think I like the free version better than I like the pro version. So it's up to you as to whether you want to do that. But Fireshot works with Chrome and Firefox, so you can get the free version and you'll be able to access it. Now, one of the last image tools that I really want to share, well, actually not the last, but one of the other tools that I want to point out to you is gifmaker.me. And gifmaker.me is a really nice website because it allows you to take a series of pictures. This could be maybe the faces of your kids in your classroom. It could be homework assignments, work assignments that you want to publish and share with a wider audience. But you can't just upload 52,000 pictures. So what you do is you instead upload a whole bunch of pictures. And what's kind of cool is that you can go in, and as you upload them, you decide what order you want those pictures to be in. Or you can just upload all of them, put all of them in there, and then you can sort of move them around as you need to right there on the screen. Isn't that amazing? Now, as you can see over here on the right hand side under the control panel, we can adjust the canvas size, and we can also adjust the animation speed. So if I wanted to speed this up, slow this down, I can just increase the number of milliseconds between each one of these images. What I like to do is take my pictures and drop them into a slide deck program like PowerPoint or Google Slides, and then I have pictures that are all the same size, and I can make them work really well this way. So you can see here I have my slideshow going. When I'm done, I can click on Create GIF Animation or Create a Video Animation. What's cool about the video animation is that you can actually add music to it. But we're going to just create the GIF animation, and you can see there it is. But if you're curious about creating a video, you could also create an MP4 video, and usually you can add music to this. I don't see that option anymore. Maybe they have removed it. Oh, there it is. You can find the music URL. So let's say that you wanted to go find copyright-free music YouTube. So when you can go here and just quickly pull up some copyright-free music.
Searching for music for your next video? Then you need to check out our list.
And don't worry about the ads. So you can hear there's the music. So if I wanted that music to end up in my video, I can just paste that in. And then now I can come back and create my video animation. When I click on View the Video Animation, it should play the music. Use your imagination and say that the music is playing. I don't hear it. So we may not know why that didn't quite work, but you can give it another try and see. So gifmaker.me has got a lot of possibilities. There's even more options down the left-hand side. You can convert an existing video to a GIF, which can be handy because you may not be able to share a video, but you can share a GIF. Or you can take a very short video with somebody doing something funny and then convert it into a GIF. And that can be a time saver. If you want to learn more about animated GIFs, let me encourage you to just go to the TCEA blog and do a quick search on animated GIFs, and you'll find a few blog entries on that. One of them is the Animated GIFs Education in Motion blog entry, and it talks about how to use animated GIFs for educational or academic purposes. Let's move on to image and video background removal. Um, so one of my favorite tools is Remove Background. In fact, you can see here when I was playing with the Orphan View um, Swiss Army knife, I could have put any one of these other backgrounds uh, in there. So let's play around with that tool. And this is a tool that works on your mobile device. I'm going to go ahead and click on Upload Image. And I'm just going to come over here and grab a picture. Here are these two people wearing their neck gaiters. And as you can see, they've got some kind of background here. They're obviously standing in some kind of factory or warehouse or something. But with remove.bg, I'm able to remove the background of this picture. If I come over here to the right hand side and click Edit, I can do even more than that. I can use an existing background that is maybe there in Remove BG, and they have a lot of funny backgrounds that you can use. Some of them are vacation backgrounds or brick walls or things like that. Or you can get your own photo, and for fun, I went ahead and grabbed an apocalyptic landscape. Here they are posing with their neck gaiters in the middle of an apocalyptic landscape. Um, I can also, let's see, don't think I used this one. Here's another landscape. And again, you can just sort of play around and imagine where these folks might be. Now, it is very easy to grab an existing photo that you've taken. It could be a photo perhaps from your family photo album, and you want to include people. So for example, I live in San Antonio, so one of the pictures that is common here would be probably to use the Alamo. So there we go. Now they're standing in front of the Alamo. You've got a great picture. I can download this. I can either share it or download it. I'm going to go ahead and download it. It's going to save it. Um, and let's see. Hopefully it saved it somewhere. Looks like it may have saved it in my downloads folder. So yes, that's what it did. And so here's that picture. I'm going to open that picture up in Orphan View. Maybe zoom in a little bit, and you can see, wow, look at that. It's almost as if it is as if they were standing right there. And so at this point, I can come in and again add shadows or rounded colors. I can do things like that, and this just makes for a really nice picture or image that I can share with others. So think about how this might be useful in your classroom setting with your students and engaging them and putting those images out there. Let me jump back here to now. There are some other tools that you can use, and I mentioned them in a blog entry that's upcoming. Background removal tools for photos and videos. So definitely check it out. But you can take pictures like this one of little Yoda inside of the TCEA board meeting room, and you can see he's ready for the board meeting. So video background removal tools, unscreen.com. So if you're looking for something similar to remove.bg, but for video, you can certainly use unscreen.com. This makes it so easy to do green screen type pictures in the browser. Now, there are lots of image editors and video editors out there. I just want to end this with two of my favorites. As you can see, my favorite image editor is Klecky, and my favorite video editor is Shotcut. And there's lots of different video tutorials. So let's take a quick look at Klecky. Close out some windows. As you can see from Klecky, it's very simple interface. What I like about it though is that I can have layers. So if I want to, I can come over here to File and import different pictures. So if I want to import my post-apocalyptic landscape, you notice that I get the option to import it as a layer or as an image. Well, if you're not familiar with layers, just think of an overhead transparency machine that allows you to overlay transparent layers. On each layer, you have a different picture or image, and it's going to show up on your screen. When you decide that you don't want a particular layer, you can pull that out without destroying the overall graphic. So here's my image in Clucky, and now I can come in and import. And what I'm going to do is again import my two people. Don't want them in front of the Alamo. I guess we'll just pull that one in. And I'm going to import it as a layer. And so as you can see here, I can move this layer around and put it anywhere I want. So I can put it right there in the corner and click OK. Now what really bothers me is that this picture has a background. So I'm going to just stop first. I'm going to cancel that, and I'm going to go back to remove background. I'm going to go get a transparent version of that picture. So here's that transparent version. I'm going to download it. Okay. Come back to my file and import. And now I have a transparent picture. And do you see what happens? Isn't that incredible? I'm able to, it looks like they're standing right in the picture. So this is just two different ways to get that. But if I wanted to add more pictures and images as a part of this, I certainly could. So here we have these two people staring on at desolation. And what if I wanted to add another picture? So let's just do that. Let's see. I think it's called Baby Yoda. Who knows what's going to come up in this search. Okay, so there's Baby Yoda. That's a pretty good picture. I'm going to go ahead and save that image. Go back to remove background, and I'm going to upload a picture of Baby Yoda. I now have a picture with Yoda who is not standing in that background. I'm going to download that removed that picture, come back to Clucky and import the file. And now I have Baby Yoda standing a little bit further back on this in this picture. And you can see how I can quickly add different images to the screen. And now that I have this picture the way I want it, I can come in and save it. Or if I want to edit it further, I can certainly do that. You can see that there's other tools available here that I could take advantage of, including a brush. What I don't see is a place to type, so that means that I might have to drop this into a different spot to work with. But I'm going to go ahead and just save this picture. And again, I can come back to Orphan View, open that picture wherever it may be, somewhere on this machine. And there it is. And then again, I can apply all of the great, oops, that won't work. But I can apply all the different effects. This has just been a quick overview of all the great image tools. And I hope that you'll take some time and share back with me via Twitter. What are some of your favorite tools for working with images and pictures? Now, there are some nice online tools. We'll probably have to cover all of those in a future since I'm a little bit out of time on this one. But these are, again, some of my favorite digital tools for making quick image edits and video edits. So definitely check them out. If you haven't played around with Shotcut, which is the video editor I mentioned, that may be one that you want to take a quick look at. Some people are obviously always looking for video editing tools that are free, and Shotcut is a free open source tool that comes with tons of tutorials. I bet you'll be an expert in no time. Thanks for watching. Remember, you can find all of our resources online at TCA Remote Learning. Uh, and if you're not a TCA member, make sure to join up before May 8th, 2020. But you can see we have lots of great content for you available in 15 to 20-minute segments. Although I think this video is probably going to go a little bit longer. My name is Miguel Gulen. Reach me on Twitter at mglearn. Thanks.